So, the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 is finally here. On paper, it looks like an absolute beast. But before you smash that buy button and ditch your perfectly good first generation Ultra, just hold up. I'm going to give you 6 no-nonsense reasons why keeping your current watch is the much smarter move. No fluff, let's get straight to the facts. Reason number 1. The design. Sure, it is slightly revamped with new R markers on the bezel, but it essentially retains the exact same looks as the first generation Watch Ultra. If you were hoping for a major visual overhaul, this is not it. There is just nothing too exciting about the design changes this year. Unless someone is staring directly at your wrist from a feet away, no one is gonna know you bought the newest model. It still rocks that same aggressive aesthetic that you either love or hate. Reason number 2 is the bulkiness. Samsung claims they reduced the overall thickness by 12%, but honestly, that is not evident when you actually wear it. It looks like the bulk was only reduced because they made the raised bezel a bit flatter. At the end of the day, there is absolutely no dramatic difference in how the watch feels on your wrist. It is still a massive chunk of titanium that you will still constantly be aware of throughout the day. If the original Ultra bumped into door frames or felt too heavy during sleep tracking, this new version will do the exact same thing. Now, reason number 3 is the battery. Yes, the cell is technically bigger at 800 mAh, but Samsung officially mentions identical maximum battery life rating for both watches. You are still looking at up to 60 hours with the always on display on and up to 100 hours in power saving mode. So despite the larger capacity, you are not getting any real difference in day-to-day battery performance. It seems whatever extra juice that bigger battery provides is immediately swallowed up by the new hardware. You are still going to be reaching for that magnetic charger just as often as you used to. I really thought that this bigger battery is going to give better battery performance, but so far it looks like the battery performance has not improved much on the latest watch. Reason number 4 is the performance. The new Snapdragon Wear Elite chip sounds great, but in real life scenarios, the performance feels exactly the same as the original Ultra's Exynos W1000 chip. I actually did a full speed test comparison for normal daily tasks, so be sure to check out that video on the channel or click the card by the end of this video. In the long run, the Snapdragon chip might handle software upgrades better, but it makes zero difference right now. Swiping through tiles, opening applications, and tracking workouts feels completely identical on both devices. The Exynos chip in the first generation was already plenty fast, so this upgrade feels completely invisible in daily use. Reason number 5 comes down to the strap. The new default band is thinner and lighter, but it ends up looking totally disproportionate. It just feels way too light for such a bulky, rugged watch body. Of course, you can always swap the bands out, but you probably are not going to like the default one straight out of the box. It makes the watch feel top heavy, which completely throws off the balance when you are doing intense activities. You are almost guaranteed to end up spending extra money right away just to buy a chunkier strap that actually matches the watch. Finally, reason number 6 is the display brightness. Having 5000 nits of peak brightness sounds amazing for marketing, but I don't think anyone actually had visibility issues with 3000 nits on the first Watch Ultra. Plus, pushing 5000 nits just consumes more battery. Even though it is technically an upgrade on the spec sheet, it simply may not be worth the battery trade-off for most people. Unless you are regularly checking your notifications while staring directly into the midday sun, 3000 nits was already an overkill. It is a classic example of spec sheet flex that offers absolutely no practical benefit to your everyday life. The Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 is a solid piece of tech, but if you already own the first generation, these minor tweaks just do not justify the upgrade cost. Save your money and stick with what you have. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But hey, if you are buying the Ultra for the first time, then of course you can consider picking the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 as long as budget is not a concern for you. But if you are tight on budget, even if you are buying the Ultra for the first time, go for the Galaxy Watch Ultra first generation. And if you already have the Watch Ultra, it is still an absolute flagship device that will easily last you for years to come. Do not fall for the hype circle and keep that cash in your wallet where it belongs. That's about it. Thanks for watching. For more contents like these, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and do not forget to download our Volvus wallpaper application. The link for the app is in the description. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.